Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's now time for how would you react? But our segment or version is Wumuda do. Wumuda really do. So life is a lot of things. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's scary, and other times some things happen that make you go, Wumuda do. What would I really and truly do? From imaginable to unbelievable to very relatable situations. So we have selected some what if scenarios, and you have to let us know what you would do. Disclaimer: these are all hypothetical. Understand? If you think there's a real somebody's story, life story, these are not real. Well, I guess they happened to somebody already. Not me though. So you remember last week the ring thing? That will never be me. That ring thing, yeah man. That ring thing last week was a lot.
Whole conversation.
What was the ring thing? Can I hear the question? Do you still have it?
No, we don't have it.
It
was about
a best man
yeah.
who basically lose the ring
Gotcha.
and he don't realize until him dead at the altar.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So he's
But
looking
what's
for
the
the
ring?
ring and there's no ring.
No, I forgot sell him.
So
I have to go sell him. I forgot
and,
trade him.
and surprisingly, this actually happened.
it
to
happened
one of our
to
listeners.
it happened to a listener. I don't remember his
Listen to the
name,
story.
but it happened to a listener and it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. What would you do? So
No,
you're
I
given
said
the
it.
ring. No, you were given the ring.
I was given the ring and I
And
lost
you lost it. And,
I'm not
and you only realize when you're at the
When
altar.
at the
So when he's like, "Can I have the rings?" That's when you realize that you don't have any ring.
you will answer. Just tell me good time. Walk up. What would I do? I don't. What would I really do? No. Oh gosh.
No, what would you really do?
You not follow?
I follow.
I
Wait,
followed
oh, but I just
3
start
times.
ball.
Yeah.
The way home,
just
but I
fit. I just be slave.
Fits.
listen, just
Fits. Yeah.
Like
listen, lay
immediately.
down and don't move.
I mean,
Because
immediately
at
I'm
this
conscious.
point-
What?
I just wanted the bride to take the bouquet and tuck me in my face because why would I lose her ring? You know, she's gonna.
That's a lot.
Anyway,
Yeah.
funny enough, we have another wedding
Another
scenario.
wedding
No,
scenario.
when I feel a wedding spirit.
Latifa, man, Latifa, read. Okay, so you have been dating / courting someone
Right,
for some
yeah.
time, and you decide to make it official and tie the knot. So you propose to your partner. Fast forward to the wedding day, you're at the altar, and the pastor says, if anyone sees any reason why these two should not be wedded, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. It is shocking enough that someone decides to not hold their peace, but even more shocking when you see that it is your mother.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Sister Grace, if you're listening, I
Sit
really
down.
love you.
Sit down.
Sit. You have to sit down and talk
Down.
nice. You
Relax
you can
yourself.
probably leave.
Yeah.
You know? On the wedding
Uh-huh.
day.
Okay,
On the wedding day.
because
mom-
clearly your mother would have met your partner
Thank
before.
you.
Right too.
So why would you choose on the wedding day to stand up?
Thank
Problematic.
you.
And
You're
embarrass
just
me.
being
You're
problematic.
just being- you're just
She's
being messy.
messy. Sit down.
Reverend Dyer, I hope you don't try that with me because you're gonna have to leave. I don't know. She wouldn't do that. She would, but she wouldn't do that on the
Auntie
day.
Grace said I do that either.
Mm-mm,
She not do
mm-mm.
that.
That's what I'm saying. On the
On-
day,
on
it's
the
like,
day?
My mom
why?
would do that.
Why you don't do that?
On the day?
You know we've been through this. You
Mm.
come to the
But she
wedding.
planned that. The devil wants to feel like we eat, man.
Exactly. Like,
Sit down.
it's not gonna
Sit
work.
down, man.
It's
Go
not
sit
gonna
down.
work. But what would be the reason though?
That's what
That's
I'm
the thing.
saying. What is the
Public
reason?
embarrassment.
If
But why
it-
should I
if
want to
it's
embarrass me?
If it's like a legit reason,
Yeah.
and it's not just him not tall enough or some stupid reason like
Or
that.
even have enough money and
Yeah, if it's like, let's say you know
Mhm.
them prophetic type mothers
Mhm.
that the Lord talks
She's
to.
sitting
in that
and
moment.
Yeah, she's sitting in a Jesus lap and Jesus
Mhm.
whisper to her like,
Which
"Sweet,
Jesus
sweet,
did
sweet,
tell her
Yeah.
from before. but
then
not like-
maybe if it's something like that,
Mhm.
where maybe she got some kind of dream or
Right.
something like the day before, or
On the wedding day, though.
On the day,
I don't-
I'm not sure about that part. Mm-mm.
but I'm
Or
just saying, like,
foreshadowing, like prophesy to our Lord.
Yeah.
Listen,
Speak to our mind.
but
Make sure know what is to come.
No, but boy, the reason that boy.
what would you do though? What would you, as the
Mhm.
husband to be, do?
It
in that
depends on what the
moment?
situation is,
Yeah.
right? Knowing my mother should stand up to let me freak out and then sit back down. Because she just extra.
Extra.
So she just stand up. I said, no man, I joke.
Big up Auntie Marjorie
Listen,
today.
knowing her, she would get up and sit down.
Yeah.
But if the reason is like, I don't like this person for you, then listen,
Yeah.
you can't do that on the day.
Not on the
On
day.
the-
Not
If
on
I-
the
if-
day.
and I
Talk to me
mean,
before the wedding.
at that point,
Yeah.
don't do that either. Like,
Yeah.
don't wait till the preacher actually get and you stand up during the ceremony.
Because that's
to say-
premeditated.
It is.
And then I'm gonna have to pray you for the rest of my life.
Not
I'm
the
gonna
rest
have
of
to
your
pray you that-
life.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray it
No, it's
sideways
messy.
because
I don't see any way around that, regardless of the reason.
Mm-mm.
The timing,
And if it's not a joke, then
no.
it's gonna be so.
And my mother don't joke like that.
Seriously,
My
or
mother
something
don't
that,
joke like that.
Jesus.
I don't, why?
My father would have joke like that.
Mm-mm. Let's see, but what if that happens
Huh?
in July?
Huh?
At,
Whoa,
that,
whoa.
at that blessed moment.
Huh?
What if that happens?
Isn't that me?
Oh no, not her, not her.
happening, no.
But I'm not going to talk about the missus, understand? But in
You talk
July,
like a year one of those.
no
Just
man,
claim it. What's this happening?
no, receive it. But in July, what if that happens?
Karen Reid would not do that.
Whoa.
Auntie Karen Reid,
Mm-mm.
don't try it.
She wouldn't do that at all. If anything, she would do that before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She would
Okay.
definitely do that before. She'd have a conversation and say, no, say so and so and so and
Mhm.
so.
Yeah.
And then she would leave you to make your own
decision.
decision at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
But
But she
what,
would do that.
but what if all of that is done,
Mm.
talk to you before and whatever, but she still decides to,
No. She
like, she don't feel settled with that within her spirit, and she still
Mhm.
wants something. What would you do?
Say to me before I go up there. Don't be standing
Time and
Yeah,
place.
don't be,
making a mockery of me.
I think
don't be doing all that.
Because I'll make a mockery of you. Like,
First of all, sit down.
I think
Don't
I
sit
would
back.
maybe
who
pause.
invited you?
I think I'd maybe pause the
The wedding,
everything
the
that's
ceremony.
happening and
And
just
talk.
we would just go somewhere and we just talk
Okay.
and just
Mm.
try to encourage her and say, Mommy, look, I know what I'm doing,
Right.
so on and so on. Trust me, da 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 da.
Yeah,
And then go back to
respectful.
Fair.
you know.
Out of respect, I would have ignored her. Ref, continue, please.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, but that is embarrassing. On the day,
It
and
is.
remember that
It
you
is.
have my number. Right.
And even before the wedding, you
You're
know
my
the mother
mother.
is in there
you,
with
Shoot me
you
you.
can talk
My
to
phone
her.
will
you
be
to
in my
get
wedding dress.
ready.
Like,
Ah,
give me a call.
have you ever been to a wedding where that
Right, I
happened?
know.
Mm-mm.
No. I've barely been to weddings, so there's that.
Yeah, me too.
I did, however, go to a wedding where the parents didn't come.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
they-
worse.
they-
That's
they
worse.
disapprove
That's
of
worse
that.
than
That's
them
actually
standing up.
worse than them
That
standing
is
up.
actually better than them
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
to the wedding
I
and
think
then
so.
standing up and embarrassing.
You're
It was
right.
really
Better than
heartbreaking
don't come.
though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
neither
yeah, yeah.
neither parent was there.
From
And
each side.
no, well, his parents were there, her parents were not there. And that was
Yeah.
really
Mr. Yaga, support me still.
Okay, so Auntie Yvonne on Facebook says it's possible because the husband could do something wrong the night before and feel he could get away with it.
No man.
But-
You cannot
But
do
more
that
than- remember-
during the wedding.
But remember, there's a prep before the wedding, you
And
know, like
yeah.
you're in the dressing
before
room,
even
you're getting
signing
ready.
papers.
Yeah.
Before even sign, you can come to your daughter
Yeah,
and be
that's
like,
true.
hello,
Yeah, this happened.
That's true.
let's call the wedding off.
Yeah.
But in the middle of the ceremony,
I was-
Yeah, if she does it in the middle of so let's say
Mhm.
she found out that the husband to be did something stupid, something,
Mhm.
and then she comes now at the wedding.
Right.
she's
Everything
trying to embarrass
yeah, she's
me.
trying to embarrass the husband. She's trying to be like,
Mm.
I know what you did, so on
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah,
on,
yeah.
and embarrass her daughter, and then that's not cool.
But then I
No.
think the mother should talk to the husband then and say, listen, I
That's
know
what-
what you did.
But that's what
Right.
I'm saying. She
Oh.
she doesn't want to do it that way. Probably she
Mm.
wants to
She
make
wants to
it
be messy.
low
She
down.
wants to be
Low down.
You know?
She
Oh.
have too much warm.
So
It's giving
Very-
a reality show. It's giving
yeah.
LHHP.
Yeah.
So on
Yeah.
on that reality show, with Love and Ray, yeah.
Mhm.
So the husband and wife were getting married, but people in the congregation knew that the guy was cheating on his new wife,
Okay.
and nobody said anything.
Whoa.
Wow.
So they watched it go through.
Oh, whoa.
Watch it go through. You know that reality show.
Mhm.
It's same one, yeah, man. So then watch it go through and then marry and everything, and nobody said anything until the day when the new wife and the mistress met up, and then realized, and then match up dates and show receipts and screenshots. And it's like,
Okay.
They're
Wow.
well,
messy.
you knew, you
Why
and the
are
old
people
lady
so
knew.
Very
messy?
It's like nobody said anything. I met them married and got through.
I don't want nobody come on my wedding, yeah, man.
Mm-mm. Listen,
Courthouse,
Go
me
to
go
the
sign a
courthouse.
piece
I'm
of
gonna
cake.
go to. I'm gonna go to
Hello.
And
Las
take a
Vegas.
picture and I'm
No,
mango tree.
I'm gonna go to Las
What
Vegas.
happens in Vegas?
Stays in Vegas.
That's why we're going to Las
Lord.
Vegas. Yeah, so nobody nothing know. Because it's like, you want not, you crazy? Listen,
And it depends on the well, I don't know. I'm just trying to find some.
I'm just
There's
wrapping
no
my head
rational.
around why
There's
you-
no
trying to-
rational.
because once you stand up and do that, it's premeditated.
Of course.
And you want to
Yeah.
embarrass me and embarrass the
My
other
significant
person. And
other.
It's
There's no
gonna-
rational.
That's
There's a
messy.
motive.
That's
There's
just
a messy motive. behind
Exactly, and we don't do mess.
Yeah,
No.
Anyway,
that's true.
that's the only one for today.
But any of
Aw.
you ever okay? So like I said before,
Mhm.
my mother she's sitting in a Jesus lap, and
Right
it's
in
like
my
Jesus
lap.
just whisper to her
Right.
sometimes. So sometimes she'd say, "Oh, Lottie, I don't think you should do so and so and so," and I'd be like, "Huh, okay, whatever, I'm going to do." And then I end up doing it, and then I have to go
Face
right
the
back and just be like,
repercussions.
"You remember when you said?"
When you said
so and so and so.
you're actually
So if
right.
that's what I'm trying to think. Like if at any point
Mhm.
she says, I don't think this should happen, I probably would give it some consideration
No,
because
that's
I've
a completely different
experienced it.
scenario though. Because I
I
mean, she
guess.
comes
You're
to you,
right,
she's
you're
like, that's why it's counsel saying I have this feeling,
Mhm.
and maybe you should not. That's
I
different
guess.
from on the wedding
On the
day
wedding
Yeah,
day.
when
that's
money
true.
is spent, time is spent.
All right, so
And
I
I'm
can't
looking
justify it,
forward
sorry.
Yeah, no,
It really
really
cannot. It
can't
really
be
cannot be
justified.
justified. It cannot
Because
be
it's like,
justified.
why would you
Messy.
want to do
It's
that?
just messy.
It's messy. It's messy.
Like, you know what,
And if you want to be
Yeah.
messy, I can be messy too. Let's go.
I can be messier.
No.
Let's
Listen.
go. Let's
Don't mess
go.
with me.
Don't do that.
Because no, listen. Because at that point, I'm gonna know that you're trying to be messy.
Of course.
So I'm gonna shut you. I
Listen.
said, sit down.
Like, who are you to talk?
Please.
Remember
Because
when?
my mother's
Whoa,
gonna say,
whoa,
please.
I don't remember when.
Don't you have 3 husbands lately?
Did you get married like 3 times? Relax.
Oh.
Anyway, it's now 9 a.m. on the family station Love 101, and that's a perfect way to end it. Jeez, it's always those people. The ones who, anyway, we're gonna take a break. Have you been hearing the songs by Helen Baylor? Did you know about Helen Baylor before today?
Come again?
Helen Baylor, the
Yes.
artist.
She's an American.
So good, yeah.
She sings, I don't remember, but I
She
know.
sings songs.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I heard him today. I said, no, man.
Because you're really young then, man.
Anyway, we're gonna take a break.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm the oldest. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Right. I
And
mean, it
that's
was my
okay.
money yesterday,
I know.
and yeah, it's fine. You have a balance out the friend group. You can't have,
No,
Yeah,
you can't have pure young and you can't have pure old.
yeah, man. So
Mix
that's
it
why
up.
it's balancing.
It's fine. It's not like my business. That's fine. Go to the break.
Are you
I mean,
started?
Are
Are you
hold on,
started?
before we move on.
Oh, yeah,
Andrea
wow.
Binney says if the mother is convinced that this wedding shouldn't be, and with prior discussion, no attempt is made to terminate it, then the only alternative would be to make her decision public. Chances are they're going to be messier and even elope. The only alternative is to no alternative, nothing.
If you're not in agreement, I mean, you can
No.
have your 2 cents in it, but your child's life is your child's life. And if they
Yeah.
want to make that decision, it is theirs.
And you
to
protect your
make
child in public, and then you correct in private.
private.
Right. So you
But
say
that's what
no.
that's what she's saying though. She probably would have spoken to the child over and over about
she's saying
this
if that doesn't
person
work,
and
the
then it
only
doesn't work. So
alternative
the
would be
only
to come.
alternative is to come to the wedding and
No,
just say,
that's not an alternative.
Wow.
But-
Stay yard.
yeah.
Stay home.
Go put your knees in prayer. Say,
And
Lord, mash
pray.
up
I
the
said,
way.
Yes,
yes.
yes. Say God, don't make this way through. Yes, pray about it. Look how we find the answer.
Answer.
Pray about
I
it.
said, God,
Mothers, go on your
shut it down,
belly.
God.
Mhm. Yes.
Give me that, God.
And then
Listen.
my job, rain start fall,
Yeah,
wash
yeah,
out the
yeah.
entire thing.
Answer God, if it's a garden wedding, send beer lightning.
Yeah, man.
Storm.
Mash it up.
No wedding
Everything.
Mash
time.
it up.
Give the
Make
husband
everybody
cold
sick.
feet and just don't make him
Give
show up.
everybody running
Did you see
belly.
that video with the lady in the store? And she said, shut it up.
Yes, I saw it.
I need to find it. And she
I
said,
saw
are you not
that
God?
video.
If you be not God, shut it up.
I saw that video.
That
It was
lady is
hilarious.
crazy.
Kills me. Anyway, we're going to take a break. And then we come back with our latest news updates for today, April 20. April done.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it just went.
Jesus.
April
But you know what
has
happens?
somewhere to
You know what that means? That means July is coming.
Oh.
You know what July is?
Oh my gosh.
My birthday.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. July 2nd is my birthday, guys. Just saying.
The way how
Anyway.
they said it's in the studio right now.
I thought he was going to say wedding.
So, you know, these are the things to talk about.
I mean,
you
it
know.
would be very on track with conversation.
Right. That would be a
Here,
surprise,
right
though.
here in this-
Imagine if I said, "Oh, guys, getting married to home," would have just the runway. Because why? Anyway,
I'm
let's
the runaway bride, I'm runaway groom.
honestly.
No.
Have you been traveling like that? Runaway
No.
bride and groom?
No. Maybe
I'm-
you just might.
What,
No.
what would be a reason for you to run away from your groom or your
Oh,
bride on the wedding day? Quickly.
In
What would
other
be a list
sense.
I have no clue.
I don't think
What would be
there's
a
any
reason that you say, you know what, I'm not doing on the day? You're at the altar
Like
and you
if
say, you know what, I'm not doing this.
If I find out that you did something really shady, like something
Yeah.
that's
Run
not
away,
unforgivable,
though?
but
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not run, not like
Not
literally
like
run,
run, but like-
then you just walk out and leave.
Yeah,
Or
for
just
sure.
don't, or just not show up.
For sure.
Imagine
Yeah.
For
If you're at the
sure.
altar, leave me at the
Yeah.
altar.
with my father. Imagine you left that altar with your father because that's walking inside. Anyway, let's take the break that we've been talking about for a while. And then we'll come back with the latest news updates for today, April 27th.
Expo Jamaica 2023. We're connecting the world to Jamaica. Support all things Jamaica. Over 350 exhibits on display. CB Food Court, Farmers Market, Gems Village, True Shake Kids Zone. 3 exciting days, 2 arenas. Friday to Sunday, April 28 to 30. National Indoor Sports Center to the National Arena. Produced by JMEA. Powered by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Partners, Jampro, JPS, Scotiabank, NCB, Access Financial Services, and CB Foods. Facebook and IG for details.
How does the deposit insurance scheme work? The Jamaica Deposit Insurance Corporation, JDIC, administers the deposit insurance scheme. All licensed deposit-taking institutions are members and are issued with a policy of deposit insurance. For more information on the customer maximum limit for deposit insurance coverage, please contact Jamaica Deposit Insurance Corporation at 876-926-5225. This financial literacy tip was brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy.
Ruth Shireen Ministries presents the album launch, Judas War Cry, a night of warfare worship featuring Ruth Shireen, John Mark Wigan, Prince Saj, Javel Clark Wine, Trent Taylor, Claudia Spencer Brown, and Tehila Ministries. Saturday, April 29, 5:30 p.m. Jamaica Youth for Christ, 2 Acacia Avenue, 2500 pre-sold, 3000 at the gate. Sponsored by Wise Construction Limited, Caribbean Gospel TV, and Miracle of the Potter's Hand International. Ruth Shireen, album launch, Judas War Cry. Don't miss it.
It's now time for the news, the latest news updates for today, April 27. So firstly, positive outcomes anticipated from mental health program implemented, says Tufton. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, hopes that the execution of the Problem Management Plus, PM Plus, program will result in improved mental health within the population and reduce suicide rates. The program PM Plus partners with faith-based and community leaders who assist people with coping with distress resulting from death of family/friends, financial loss, experience with violence, and natural disasters, among other adversities. Dr. Tufton explained that according to a mental health and homelessness task force report, 4 out of 10 Jamaicans experience some sort of mental instability. The minister added that community-based groups are being invited to identify individuals who provide some leadership at their level to become trained to assist persons who need assistance. Jamaica has recorded a rise in suicide from 34 in 2021 to 64 in 2022. Wow. Oh no. I mean, the program is a good initiative, but the numbers just threw me off a while ago. The 34 to 64. That just threw me off. 34 to 64 people. Wow.
From when to when?
So 34 in 2021, 64 in 2022. Yeah. Wow. That's rough. That's rough. I was listening to something recently, and they were saying that they were basically talking about suicide and whatever, and how how they go through it, and it's like, boy, I don't know, but they were basically saying them changing their mind at last minute, but it's like, I already do it, I already say, already,
Yeah, that's always the case. Because
Yeah.
it's done, you're like, oh,
yeah, once you make that step or anything, it's
done.
but get help. If you realize you're having these thoughts, get help.
What is
Right?
help, though?
Right, what is help?
Because
Julie Mango would have to tell me. Julie Mango explained it perfectly.
I think I've learned over
Mhm.
my own experience that if you
Mhm.
if you don't want to get better, you won't get better. So people
True.
can sit, they can talk to you,
Decisions.
but in your head, if you believe, say, yo, this is just what I want to do, and here's where I want to end my life,
Mhm.
and you really feel like that's the end of the road for you, people can help, they can reach out, but it's really up to you at the end of the day,
True.
you know.
Because persons can talk to you and encourage you, and you get the professional help. But then it's like,
Yeah, just make up your mind, say,
yeah. But we thank God for PM Plus that is
Yeah.
doing this
Yeah.
and partnering with not only community leaders but faith-based community leaders, because we have to put Jesus in the right in the middle. You understand? Because the man in the
of
middle
course.
saved me, and he can save me
There's
too.
no other way that you can
So,
survive this earthly
yeah.
life.
Honestly, then
Try to do it by yourself. Yeah, go on,
Yeah.
code for real. Swear.
True. You don't want to rely on your own strength, because it's impossible.
It's really
It's
impossible.
Yeah.
And it gets harder every day.
Trust me. So we thank PM Plus, which is let me do it again. It is the Problem Management Plus program, and this is to result in improved mental health within the population and to reduce suicide rates. So so big up the Ministry of Health? Yes, the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Perfect. Next one. Third victim dies following deadly crash in St. Thomas. A third person has succumbed to injuries sustained in Tuesday night's two-vehicle collision along a section of the Southern Coastal Highway between Albion and Grants Pen in St. Thomas. Dead is Mark DeLiza, a security guard of Heart Ease Yellas. He died at the Kingston Public Hospital yesterday afternoon. According to reports, the crash occurred about 6:40 when the drivers of the two public passenger vehicles collided while traveling on a closed section of the highway. They were taken to the hospital. Maurice Hines, the driver of a Toyota Probox motor vehicle, died yesterday evening, and Errol Taylor, who was a passenger in the other Toyota Probox involved in the crash, also died at the scene. 7 people remain hospitalized. Oh boy. The closed section of the road, though. The closed section of the highway. Have you ever been on that Thomas Highway? All right. Let me try to paint a picture. So it's one lane, one working lane. The other lane is just dust and dirt and whatever. But you can drive on it, but there's cones on it, so you can't really drive. So nothing more than them take Highway Sunshine and drive down the other part with closed toward them back. But it's one working lane, but it's wide enough because eventually they want to do another one on the closed section of the highway. Ah boy, it's sad that and then the passenger died.
Yeah,
So so not only the driver, but the passenger. It's like,
that's unfortunate.
oh boy, at the expense of just being reckless.
Yeah.
I'd say this is reckless.
It is reckless,
because the road is closed.
The road is closed.
Exactly, the road is closed. So like,
Oh Lord.
anywho, that's the end of our news updates for today. Let's see if I can find one more. Something nice, something
Positive.
positive. Let us see what is positive here now. What's in the news? What's positive? Audience of One was great last night. Audience of One was
I
excellent.
missed it.
Oh my goodness! I was telling the listeners today to watch it on
missed it.
YouTube.
I'm literally watching it right
Yeah, I'm going to watch
Listen,
it.
I'm
Well, I
rewatching
was
it.
watching it.
Last night before I went to bed, I'm there, right, watching it. When I wake up, it's watching me because I knocked out. Listen,
Presence of the God was present.
listen, man. Last night, Audience of One. Let's wish. We pray that's for a vehicle in Jesus' name.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes.
You can't live so far over a vehicle. So
Yes.
God,
Yes.
see what you done for others.
Thank you,
Do
Lord.
it.
Hallelujah.
I receive it in Jesus' name.
Humans, you can come on the little road trips.
Yeah.
You're picking me up?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
house.
Oh, Oh,
I'll pick you up right there. Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, music.
Okay.
You said the what's stop.
Yeah.
Right, cool, great.
Alright.
Yeah,
You
but
this?
last night audience of one was excellent.
It was.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
is Rhythm and Praise at Portmore Church of
Oh,
God
Portmore.
with Petra K, John Mark Wigan, Ryan Davis, Travell Clark Wine, Gifted Youth Ministry, and MC Dexter Johnson Jr. So be there tomorrow in
Nice.
Edgewater. If you live close, if you live in the surrounding areas,
Tomorrow's
you can come
Saturday?
on out. No,
tomorrow's
tomorrow Friday. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then this weekend is gonna be a lot.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you God.
I can maybe try to come to that one. It's Friday.
In Portmore? Yeah, for true. But
Yeah.
then we are go back home.
That's the thing. Why me have to live so far?
Live back again and turn
I'm
left.
turning
right.
left.
Oh my
Fly.
goodness. Oh
It's a
no.
fly.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, tomorrow Rhythm and Praise, and then on Saturday I have another event in Mobay. And it's gonna be a late night.
It's the booked for me.
It's
You know?
I mean
You know?
Booked here,
I
booked
mean
there. Yeah.
every weekend since
Celebrity.
March,
Mhm.
I've had an event.
God is
Let's go to
good.
Petra K. Hallelujah.
Bless up yourself,
The
Sister
Holy
Petra.
Christ alone, He raised the dead. Let's go to Sister Petra. And if it's not Petra K, it's Perpetual Sons of Praise. So it's like,
Mhm.
I don't get to rest. No, let me not say that. I rest after the show.
Exactly.
Yesterday,
You
Saints,
get to-
the way how I went home.
You're gonna tell the story how you manifest something.
I'm
in
gonna
your
tell
own
the story. It just came to mind a while ago. So, quick story. Was it Monday?
life. It was.
It was Monday. On Monday, I was telling Latifa, I'm gonna leave, go home and sleep. And then Latifa said, "You're too sure." So I said, "All right, I'm not gonna go home. I'm gonna stay on the road. I'm gonna work and then go home at 6." I was joking, joking. Tell me why. On Monday, I got home at 6.
Wow.
He did.
I went to the airport. I go crew. I go all boat. And it's like when I was leaving the airport, I said, "Wait,
What time is it?
I said this earlier. Latifa gonna laugh off of me." Listen.
You
Tell me why.
spoke it into your own
So every day I
life.
leave here now, I say, "Let's if I'm going home." Sorry.
Yeah.
You alone in the Gideon. I gotta go.
Done.
I got
Finished.
to go. Anyway, let's take a break and then we come back with Helen Baylor, because I'm just loving Helen Baylor today.
Yeah, play her. I love her songs
Yeah,
too.
man. Oh, you know them.
She sings the songs
From
like
your
wonderful,
era.
glorious,
Whitney.
holy, and righteous.
Oh, Victoria.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, for you? I know that one.
Yeah. What
And
am I
she sing
again?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Lord, you're holy. That.
Lord, you're holy and we lift you up.
Hey, them songs you need to start sing back in a church,
Those songs are heavy, man. Anyway, let's take a break. Can't sing and then we come back.
SecMed Medical Center, Shop 14, Bogue City Center, Montego Bay, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. Come for a free 10-minute consultation. The time brought to you by SecMed Medical Center is
9:16 a.m. This next song that I'm gonna, you know what? Before we play Helen Baylor, because these songs are gonna be really up tempo and vibesy, what I'm gonna do is play these other commercials, take care of some business, and then we come back with this song because Auntie Nadine said fast, and it's apparently I'd say one of her more famous songs. So I'm gonna play them after this. All right. So we're on a Helen Baylor kick today. If there's any other artists, which other one from your era you think? Which other one from your time? Would you? Nobody. I mean. All right. So
The same artist that I know from then, as well.
for true.
Yes.
So me and Dexter Johnson were having a conversation, right? And apparently he doesn't know about the phones that spin. You put your finger there and spin. I said, Dexter, no, that's your day. Like that's your day and age. You've used them before? You use it?
No, I know. I saw one though when I was younger, and
Like
we
how
used
it
to
works?
always
Put your
play with
finger
it. You
in
put your
there
finger in it
Yeah,
and go.
just- and bring it
So
to
when
the
you
number,
circle-
and it come
Yeah,
back
and
around
it
and
come
So,
back
it
so
around.
the
comes
phone
around.
registers the number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was cool to play with it.
I'm
that's
going
all.
to scream. But I say, hey Siri, call Trishan Bryan.
That's
No,
fine.
don't call her for true. That's your memory. Jesus. Actually, we're gonna ring your phone. All right, so let's take a break and then we come back with Helen Baylor. It's Take Me Back Thursday.
Juicy, you're the real patty specialist. Little cheese, little color, look, can't miss. Fling on the extra flavor to anything with the pan in menu. Add callaloo or cheese anytime, anywhere to any party. Calapati. Beef, chicken, shrimp, veggie or soy. Calapati is here to stay. Only at Juicy. Fling on the extra flavor to anything with the pan in menu. Little cheese, little color, can't miss. Juicy, you're the real patty specialist.
Are you overweight? Did you know that being overweight is a chronic illness that can lead to other chronic illnesses, high blood pressure,